Yes.
The Illuminati. That was named after the Lucifer. The Luciferian Illuminati are the direct, the predecessor of the Knights Templar. They are in charge of bringing this light into our world. The light is another explosion of another star.
Wait a minute. You had me for a minute. Now you're losing me. The light, the Luciferian light, yes. I understand, that they would bring Lucifer to reign on Earth, roughly, right?
To bring a full-time light to where our sun is shining now, there would be another star that would be shining, and we would have full-time light. This has nothing to do with religion. It has to do with a new world order, a controlling of this earth. I can tell you the people that are involved that are doing it. People like George Bush.
George Bush.
Yeah.
George Bush. And now his son seems unstoppable.
Yeah, little reminder. This is 1999, okay? The same year the Phantom...
Holy shit, are you serious?
The same year the Phantom Menace came out, and a year before the famous 2000 election between George Bush Jr. and Al Gore.
That's legit impressive, because I would not say that George W. Bush was unstoppable in 1999.
Right? Well, I mean, with the people backing him, and get this, guys, guess who was a Rosicrucian?
You?
Oh, that's the secret. No, George W. Bush.
Yeah. When he's yawning about Bush Sr. and New World Order and all that talk. But when he says his son is unstoppable, he means his son is momentum-wise unstoppable in the primaries. I think he mentions Elizabeth Dole dropping out of the race, and that
I remember that
the clear front runner is going to be George Bush. Just getting you back to Phantom Menace 1999 era. But this guy.
Thank you for that one.
And I don't. The whole Luciferian thing, how fucking much would that suck if we did have a second sun? And that was what Armageddon was. We're just no darkness. And we got one sun over here, one sun over here. We're full Tatooine. That is a goddamn nightmare. So
I'll tell you what.
Yeah,
I'm not drinking that blue shit. I'm done.
No, I don't know, Jude. That stuff looked really delicious. They were gobbling that stuff down. I just don't want to work on a moisture farm.
I don't want to live in a sand igloo.
Tatooine, you and me.
I'm
not drinking that blue shit.
I do not want to live in a sand igloo.
No. We already learned from Serial Spirits, girls don't even like the word moist, much less having to work at a moisture farm.
Yeah, that's a nightmare.
Ugh. So,
you can't have nightmares when there's only all suns all the time.
Oh my God! Oh, and everyone's gonna have like those night masks with emojis on them. Now it's gonna suck. So he goes on to talk about that dreaded unstoppable 2000 election.
It's true. I mean, Elizabeth Dole just dropped out today. I mean, it's obviously going to be Bush, Gore.
Yes, and I'll tell you this.
It's going to be the most boring damn election we've ever had.
There he is. That's exactly right.
Well, that's still true.
Actually, I'm going to say the opposite, because this was the election that got thrown by Florida, and we had to wait like a month to find out who the president was. I'm going to call that might be the two most boring people, but definitely not the most boring election. It actually had everyone hang. I can remember watching the results of that going, wait, we're really not going to find out who's the president? And it was like a month later. Oh, that was a nightmare election. Not boring, just the worst.
I grew up in North Carolina. That's where Elizabeth Dole was a senator. And I remember when she dropped out, then all of a sudden I was watching this on I don't even think kids or younger people listening to this may even be able to comprehend that probably all of us and people a little bit older than us, we had TVs that were like 6 inches.
Oh, yeah, the real small guys.
Exactly, the real small guy TVs. I remember watching that shit on that and be like, wow, I am so informed.
Yeah, I'm biting my nails over this.
Yeah.
My God.
Yeah. I don't even think Fox News existed at this point.
Oh, hell no.
But
we could only hope.
So that guy's done. Enough of this Bush Armageddon thing. We've heard enough about Bush for now. But we got another caller to the Secret Society line. And now, boy, strap in, Unbelievers, because we are in for a bit of a far out there Secret Society, man.
On my Secret Society line, you are on the air.
Hello. It is, sorry.
Yeah, that's me.
Hey, how's it going?
All right.
Very good. All right, I was calling. I wanted to talk about what you were talking about in terms of secret societies.
Yes.
I'm a part of an order called the Mystic Nine.
The Mystic Nine?
Yes.
Okay, that's a new one.
Yeah, the Mystic Nine is an order that is really not of this or on this plane, and it was something that happened metaphysically that came to me. This order is an order that basically is from a place or a planet called Sirius. I'm sure you've heard of that.
Shit.
Oh, yes.
Okay. Well, you've probably also heard of some music by Parliament.
Parliament?
Group Parliament.
I'm not sure.
Okay, they talked about the mothership connection a long time ago in the 70s.
Jesus.
Right?
Okay, well, this particular order is, it's sort of like the same order. They talked about the mothership connection, and what they were saying basically is that at some point in time, the mothership will come down and help raise the rest of the Mystic Nine of 144,000, which is one of the same things that Zechariah Sitchin talks about.
Yes.
Okay. I hate to have to diss Art on his own tribute show, but for the second time, Art Bell has not heard of Parliament. I don't how.
That's fucking crazy.
I don't think that. I think that really it's one of those cases where if somebody were playing a song, he would recognize the song, but wouldn't know. I mean, he's also probably tired at this point.
Look, Art Bell was born in 1945, so that means he was 30 in the year 1975.
Well, all right.
Yes. When Parliament would have been around its prime in the 70s, Art would have been in an age where he should have heard of Parliament, especially if you're the coast to coast. I love you, Art. I'm sorry, I don't know why. So let's go. I like this. This is a pretty groovy guy talking about. He's finding a mental secret society. Yeah. So let's hear more about the Mystic Nine going on the list.
Well, Mother Earth is sick. And basically, it's because of a lot of the things that we have done to Mother Earth.
Well, I don't disagree with that.
Okay, with the ecosystems and things like that. And so Mother Earth giving someone a message is not very uncommon. So what's happening now is that a lot of the originals are incarnating again. And they're incarnating on this planet to help raise the consciousness of the planet so that we can raise the vibration, because the vibration is so low that it's throwing things off in the rest of the universe. And so thus you get a lot of the problems that we have, earthquakes, tornadoes like crazy all over the world.
So, in other words, we're screwing up a lot of other people's stuff or whatever.
We are.
Yeah,
we're causing a lot of problems throughout the rest of the universe, and it has to be fixed. That also
and they're probably kind of fed up with us out there.
Absolutely. That also explains some of the extraterrestrials that we're beginning to see.
All right, sir, I'm out of time. Got to run. Sorry. Run like the wind.
Oh, gosh.
Wait, he's going to...
Yes. He's not going to a Parliament song. Look, he had his
I don't think I've ever heard him say whatever.
He had his music cue set, and he could not fit Parliament. The internet was slow in 1999. He couldn't look it up that fast. All right?
He didn't have Wi-Fi.
He didn't have Spotify.
I don't know. So that guy's gone. He had music bumped him, and the way Coast to Coast goes, it's not like another 20 minutes till they come back. This guy's long forgotten. Unfortunately, I think that guy was a good caller. What do you guys think? As far as unbelievable stuff would go, this guy, he wasn't coming off cocky or arrogant, or he wasn't totally full of shit either. But maybe he was. But he was at least interesting. And he brought up Parliament.
Well,
that's good.
Yeah, dude. What else?
It was good that he brought up Parliament.
One nation under a groove.
It kind of seemed like he just wanted to talk about his favorite band.
The stuff that. Yeah, exactly. Like, that's true. That's a good point, Russ. He was not a jerk, and he wasn't an idiot. It's just that I guess the things that he was talking about really, to me, didn't sound like secret society stuff. It's like, hey, let's take care of the planet, or else we're going to have to go and be reborn. He was talking about Sirius, though. That star that I mentioned, that the Solar Temple people were talking about their followers being reborn on and incarnated and everything. So it worried me that he had that similarity with it.
He heard the caller earlier. He was listening to Parliament, and it all came together for him.
In that big old doobie.
But now it's time for another caller, and let's get back to these. And we're going to talk about Illuminati bloodlines. Illuminati bloodlines.
My tie.
Illuminati.
Wildcard line, you're on the air. Hi.
Hi, yeah. Calling with the Illuminati.
Are you an Illuminati
Uh-huh.
person, girl, woman?
Uh-huh.
Uh-huh.
You are.
Uh-huh. Oh,
With
yeah.
the Illuminati families.
The families?
It's set up,
You got to be careful with families. That has a specific connotation here in Nevada.
well,
What?
it's set up, you have your Council of 13, and that's the executive committee of the Illuminati.
Would you be an Illuminatius?
I'm not on the Council of 13.
Okay.
And then within those families, you've got the Mother of Darkness, you've got princes and
Mother
priests,
of Dark.
different
Mother.
structures.
Wait a minute. Slow down. The Mother of Darkness.
Uh-huh.
Who is the Mother of Darkness?
Well, word is Hillary Clinton is up to that rank.
Hillary.
Yeah.
Wow.
Hillary is the Mother of Darkness.
Up there. Uh-huh.
You mean to say New York State may have the Mother of Darkness running things there?
Yeah.
There you go. 1999.
Uh-huh.
She sounds like she is on some pills or something. Uh-huh.
First Lady Hillary
Yeah.
Clinton, who is at the point where she is making her move to become a senator in New York.
Yeah.
Hillary's on a van.
Yes.
Oh! Good.
Almost
Hillary's on a van.
in there.
Wow.
Entirely.
So,
Hillary.
as you can see, there's no way I could not include this caller. Oh, my God. She's saying that Hillary is basically the...
Her whole cadence,
Mother of
too.
Darkness.
She sounds like this lady from our episode.
Am I an alien? Absolutely.
I am. Her whole stupid cadence.
Uh-huh.
Am I Illuminati? Am I
Am I Illuminati?
I am.
Uh-huh.
So she starts to talk about a lot of stuff that we're familiar with that I need to put. She talks about Rockefellers and the whole Fritz Springmeier type stuff. You heard her talk about the 13 bloodlines, but somehow she was able to circle all of this back to, guess who? George Bush.
Well, there's more than 31 flavors
if
there.
really so many people believe this of George Bush, Sr. and now to be, no doubt, in waiting, then why is he elected? Why are the Bushes elected again and again?
It has to do with the media. The media will promote who they want to promote. And see, the media is owned by people, you know. If you've got the kind of money that the Rockefellers have, you can, you know, wouldn't they buy a condo?
Well, you know, you're absolutely right. I mean, the media...
So they're not going to talk trash about themselves.
All right.
They,
but I don't feel compelled to say one damn good thing about George Bush. George W., not at all. And I'm in the media. As a matter of fact, I think I'm in one of the largest media companies in America right now. The largest. And they never tell me what to say. They're probably scared half to death of what I'm going to say. And we are, I guarantee you, with the recent acquisitions of my company, or the division of my company, we're a monster of the biggest broadcaster in the world right now. And so you would think if there was going to be some control, that they'd control me, and I'm totally out of control. Almost all the time. So I wonder about that. People say, well, it's the media.
Yeah, Art is the media. You heard that? He's got more stations than anybody, and no one's telling him not to.
Art's the boss, bro.
Yeah,
no
they're not controlling him.
They're not. They're not telling him to prop up George Bush. He can say whatever he wants about George Bush, and even though Art is a bit of a conservative guy, he is not pushing George Bush. So this sounds like a lot of BS to him. This Rockefeller lady, this Illuminati lady.
You know, so far, this makes sense.
Yes.
Wow.
Oh, and man, I wish he would have said that once during this whole thing, but he didn't. Because guess what? A lot of this doesn't make sense to him. So I'm going to bring it back. I want to bring it back and remind you something for the beginning. I'm going to remind you again about Art talking about his own death, which was very kind of almost chilling to hear at this point, a year after his death. He said he's going to come back. And this call is a grim reminder of what is to come.
Thing to ask about, or
What?
to say,
What?
is, you know, when you do those experiments with people,
Yes.
why doesn't everybody just think about you quitting smoking and starting to exercise?
Well,
if everybody does that tonight, maybe you'll quit smoking, and you'll live longer, and you'll be on the air longer.
How do you know? Do you know there was a lady who passed away